230 people, a lot of them UMass students, are without a home after a terrible fire last night. Good morning and welcome to Western Mass News at 7 a.m. I'm Susan Goodman. We have a lot to get to this morning. As a raging fire spread on Olympia Drive in Amherst, Western Mass News was first on the scene, standing with and speaking to onlookers. Around 8 p.m. last night, several callers began reporting a building under construction was on fire. You see the flames on your screen right now. When officials arrived, the building was engulfed, started spreading to nearby buildings. Our crew heard explosions, glass shattering. We now know this morning those explosions were a result of fuel tanks sitting at the construction site. Those explosions even causing a construction crane to collapse. Fire officials are still on scene this morning and are expected to be there throughout the day. There have been no reported injuries as buildings with residents had been evacuated prior to the explosion. Fire department is telling us this morning their efforts were hampered by poor water pressure in the area. Western Mass News reporter Addie Patterson has more after speaking with folks about what they witnessed.
The whole sky was red because the fire was so out of control.
Construction catching fire Friday night on Olympia Drive in Amherst. The fire spreading to a neighboring high-rise apartment building.
One of my neighbors had been walking his dog down there, and he said he heard an explosion and then the flames.
We saw probably 10 fire engines fly by super fast, and we were really concerned.
The fire directly impacting UMass Amherst students. Western Mass News was first on scene Friday night. Onlookers expressing with us their thoughts, calling the incident a tragedy.
It's horrible. I mean, all these young college kids probably just wanted to have a nice Friday, and now they're homeless.
UMass Amherst student Maya Patel sharing her concerns with Western Mass News about what this means for students already in need of housing.
I think as students, UMass already has a really big overpopulation, they over-admit students, so people don't get housing, so they're forced to go off campus, and it's really sad that so many people don't have housing anymore, and it'll probably take a while for them to be able to replace their belongings in their homes.
Other UMass students telling us the lesson they hope folks can take away from something like this.
Just to appreciate everything that you have, because I feel so bad for them. If that was my stuff, I'd be devastated. So just appreciate everything you have, and I'm definitely going to be more grateful now.
You can always buy things, you can always replace items, but you can't replace yourself. So as long as they're okay and with the ones that they care about, that's what matters the most.
Reporting in Amherst, Addie Patterson, Western Mass News.